Good evening and welcome to Real Talk, where we have real conversations about business, entertainment, and lifestyle. I am your host, Angelita the Coach. This is episode 7, Lights, Camera, Action. Today I am joined in the studio with King Wesley, actor, and Richard Mason, actor and model. Hello, Richard.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay, so King really isn't in the studio, y'all, but he will be calling in here shortly. He is on set filming his new movie, so he's going to call in really soon and chat with us. And so we're going to talk about King's full featured film, Candy, and of course, much more. Richard's new play, For the Love of Money, and a movie premiere. You have a couple movie premieres coming up, correct?
Yeah, a couple of them, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about Richard's acting and modeling career some more. Some of you may know, and some of you may not know that both Richard and King starred in the movie Wait, which was a cool movie. We are going to dive in, but before we get started, I got to thank my sponsor. Key Virtual Professionals is a virtual assistant business that is dedicated to assisting entrepreneurs, businesses, and nonprofit organizations, providing support in various areas of your business, such as virtual office administration, document preparation, social media management, financial management, and event planning. These services will help your business stay on track. Schedule your free discovery call today by visiting www.keyvirtualprofessionals.com. That's www.keyvirtualprofessionals.com. So we're going to do a quick introduction. I am Angelita, the coach, business networking coach and strategist, media personality, business owner, speaker, and now new author.
Congrats.
Thank you. Did you see that on social media? Right, I'm an author now,
Yeah,
Richard.
That's really cool.
So that's dope. So hey, what's up?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good. What you been up to?
I stay busy. I constantly acting, modeling, running my businesses. Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I stay busy doing.
All right. So I'm talking to Richard right now. So if you guys have any questions for Richard, I don't know. Randy, two people can't call in. So if King calls in, somebody else won't be able to call in, will they?
Sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works. Okay. Well, hey, there's only one way to
If not,
find
I
out.
can end and accept.
Okay, so if you have any questions for Richard or King, you can call directly in live and ask them the question, 248-838-3661. That's 248-838-3661. Don't call, though, after 9 p.m. because that makes Randy mad because we're not in the studio. All right, this is a live show, y'all. Okay, so running your businesses and acting. So first, let me start by asking you this question, Richard. First of all, how long have you been acting?
I started acting in 2008.
2008.
Started up in theater.
In theater. So what made you decide to say, hey, you know what? I want to act.
I had always wanted to. I always thought I could act. I used to always say to myself that, I think I could do that. And I used to watch, in high school, I used to see a lot of the kids that were in the theater class. And I just always had a desire for it. And I was a huge movie buff. So I always watched movies, and I was like, man, I think I could do it. And so finally I decided, I'm like, either you're going to try it or just stop thinking about it. And so I auditioned for a play, and I booked a lead role for it, my very first time auditioning for something. So I got the book. I started acting ever since.
Wow. So did you do good in that first play?
I did. And what's funny is I played a scrawny, pale fella. And they were like, we should change the script. I'm like, no, keep it in there. So I'm like, that was going to be part of the humor, because they would say in the play, oh, you have such pale skin, and I would just break the fourth wall and look at the audience like, what, and it kept so it was like so many things I learned. My first play, I learned about my ability to do improv.
Okay.
I learned how fast I can learn scripts. So it was I definitely realized I had a talent for it.
Okay, so I'm nosy. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm nosy. I will scroll through people's Facebook page. And of course, I scroll through your Facebook page. So I say that to say we got to talk about some of these characters that I have seen on your Facebook page. So tell me who some of these people are, and how these characters, well, tell me who these characters are and why they were created. Like, what's your favorite?
What's my favorite?
Yeah,
character?
start with your favorite one.
So I have all of my characters are literally an extension of me, and they all of my characters actually have my name somewhere, whether it's my family name or whether it's a name I go by or a nickname. All my characters have that name. So the my favorite character has to be Deacon Earl Smith. That's my old man character. That's by far my favorite. Cause I dress up in those characters and I'll walk around like that. So
Oh, wow.
I actually submitted Earl Smith to for a movie. They were looking for an older gentleman to play like a homeless guy. So I sent his picture in, and he got cast for it. And I showed up on set as the old man. I was in character the whole entire time I was there, and I left as the old man. And what's funny is I used to work on the weekends as at a restaurant, and I decided like I would always go there as my characters to see if they would know who I was. So I dressed up as Earl, walked to the building with a bag of bottles, and I was trying to see if they would sell me some biscuits with the bottles.
Oh, wow.
And no one knew, from the host to the bartender to the management, no one knew that I was this old man. I told them I just got out of jail, and I was trying to buy these bottles, buy some bread with these bottles.
Are we ringing? Okay. Hey, King, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Clear.
So I am in the studio with Richard. You
What up,
guys
King?
know each other, obviously.
What's going on, buddy?
So we were kind of just talking about his character. So I know that you are on set recording or filming your movie. And so let everybody know what movie you're filming. I know you probably can't give away a lot of information about what your current project, but can you tell us something?
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit. The title of it is Code of Thieves. That's Code of Thieves. It's it's a locally shot film brought to you by director B.Z. Jones, starring Tori Monet, Marcia Adams, and there's a couple more people. I just can't remember them all off the top of my head. Right? Tristan Fazikis. Who else? We got a couple new faces in here. A young lady by the name of Erica, myself, Diesel from the Goon Squad Mafia, which is Trick Tricks Association.
Nice.
It's actually his younger brother. Yeah. So yeah, we've been on set. This is actually day 6.
Okay.
And I had to step out of the house that we're filming in right now because they actually got the cameras up, filming a real intense scene. So.
Okay. Well, we're not going to keep you long. But I definitely, I have to, share. The first time I met King, I was a co-host on a radio show. And he came in because you were part of the cast for a play. And
Correct.
I can't, off the top of my head, remember the name of the play.
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Right.
When the smoke clears.
Yes, when the smoke clears. Okay. So, and it was so funny because like you had told the listeners, like, I am not this guy. I'm really a nice, cool, laid back guy. And I'm like, gee, how bad, could he possibly be in this play? So I went to see the play, y'all. Let me tell you, King is a dope actor because at the end of the play, I walked up to him and I'm kind of giving him the side eye, like, for real, King? like for real,
like, bro, for real, you're not acting, bro.
Right. Like, I mean, he was just so dead on with his character, and so like that's amazing. Like that's super dope. Like your acting skills, at least from what I've seen so far, are super dope. I had to download Amazon Prime because I don't have Amazon Prime. And when I realized, and I've had it for a while, but this is probably like a couple months ago, and I realized you and Richard were in Wait. So I had to download it so that I can watch that movie. And once again, I'm like, this is not King. I'm like, your characters are so dope. Your acting skills are like super dope. So, what do you
Like,
do to like get into character? Because like once you're in character, you're in character.
it starts initially from when I get the script and I read it and I go over it with the directors and and I ask questions of like, what is it, what do you vision, what's your vision for this particular character, that you may have me portraying, what I
Hmm.
mean? And they give me, you know, um, I call it the skeleton, and they allow me to, fill in the body of it, and usually, excuse me, usually what I do is, I just, I usually, I relate to different things. You know what I mean? Different scenarios that I've seen, I've been a part of. Um, and I just and I pull from there. You know what I mean? Just experiences, some situations, you know, different from others, of course. So it allows my range. Where you going? It allows me to, to tap into different, different people.
Right, right. So you are a full-time actor, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
And a dad,
And a
full
dad,
time husband, full time husband first. Then
right?
I'm a dad. And then I'm an actor.
Then you're an
And,
actor. Okay, let me get that right, y'all. Okay. So tell me like some of the struggles that, if at all any, that you've come across, being a full-time actor.
the biggest struggle that I have is just the long hours that go into it. Because our days start, can start as early as 5 a.m. and run till 12 midnight. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like that's just brutal on your body, especially when you're dealing with like film. You know what I mean? That's where I started from a theater background. I've done over like 30 some plays, but working in film it's a bit more tedious because of different shot selections and different takes and points of views and things of that nature. So it's just the time you know, when you get home, you don't really feel it until you like get home. You like, man, I was tired. You know what I mean? I got to be right back up in 5 hours with that same energy and do it all over again.
Right.
But one thing about it, this is what I love to do. So it is as much as if I could complain about it being, you know, a hurdle, it's also it fuels me because this is a dream. You know what I mean? And not many of us actually get that opportunity to fulfill our dreams. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have a support system that I have with with my wife and my family. You know what I mean? And God, He's just you know they recognize the talent that the guys blessed me with, and they believe in it. So you know, it, I guess it's not a bad thing. You know what I
No,
mean?
not at all. Not at all. That's good. I mean, you're blessed to have like this, this dope talent, that you can share with the world. Your fans, your family, people that don't know you. They're like, hey, who is this guy? He was, a dope actor, or he really really played that part. So now, with that being said, you got to let everybody know. We want to know, what is your affiliation with 50 Cents? I
um,
seen them pictures, King.
yeah, actually, me and 50, aka Curtis Jackson, aka Fofty, aka Fitty. Um, he's just he's just a cool guy. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't signed anything, in lines of like work, but I have
Hmm.
met him on different occasions. Most recently, I went out to L.A. and also Atlanta to audition for his new upcoming series on Stars entitled BMF. Um, he's just a real cool guy. Like, like I said, we haven't signed anything as
Okay.
far as any, future work as of yet. I'm praying, and I got thousands of people that's been praying for me as well. And
Absolutely.
and he, like I said, as of right now, I mean, he's a regular guy, man. He see me, he recognized me, and actually the first time I met him, he addressed me by my name. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you doing your thing, man. Just keep it up. You know what I'm saying? We watching. You know what I'm saying? And that just relit my fire. You know what I'm saying? Like just to hear that, when you hear things from people that you idolize and you look up to, and especially in entertainment, man, and they know you and they give you those encouraging words. Um, it takes you to pushes you. You know what I mean? It pushes you to another level. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is dope. I follow 50 Cent on Instagram, and I'm just gonna say he is something else. Y'all better give 50 Cent his money by Monday, okay? Cause
Man, you better have that man money by
you better
Monday.
give that man his money by Monday. He is not playing with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell
It's
us.
not.
Tell us about Candy. This is a film that your full feature film that debuted in Atlanta. Am I Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay,
Atlanta, and they premiered it. You got to excuse me. I'm outside.
it's okay.
It's an alarm going off.
No problem.
Yeah, it debuted in Atlanta and Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay,
Um, Candy. I, I I was cast for this role last spring,
okay,
and we actually shot it over the summer of last year by three brothers, David, Jeremy, and Duran. Isabel is their last name. They go by the Isabel brothers, and they're based out of Huntsville, Alabama. These guys are real talented. Um, and they cast me for the guy to actually play the dad of the lead character, and his name's Quincy. Quincy's character, he was an ex street dude who, found the light. You know what I mean? He turned, he converted into a preacher, a pastor, or what have you.
mhm,
And the movie itself is based around Candy and her upcoming struggles, and um, even my character's past. So she's being haunted by my past and dealing with her current struggles. It's a very good, very good movie. And then you can actually go online at www.isabelbrothers.com and you can purchase the DVD.
okay,
We're still waiting on the which streaming network we're gonna, that they decide on, that they want to go with or whatever. And as soon as I get that information, I definitely will get it back to you so you can check it out.
I will. I was trying to write it down, but for some reason the cap won't come off my pen. I know people on YouTube are probably looking at me like I'm crazy right now.
We can check it out. Once
Yes.
again, it's www.isabel. That's ISABELLE boys.com. Is it
Okay.
boys or brothers? Brothers.com.
Brothers.com. Okay. Also, make sure message it to me then too, and then I can also put it out there for everybody, um,
Will do.
so that
Will do.
they can definitely get that. Um, so I'm not going to keep you too much longer because I know you got to get back in and get to work and make these dope movies that you've been making thus far. But I do want to talk. I want to ask you and Richard, like you guys worked on Wait together. So how was it working with each other? Do you guys know each other outside of filming Wait? Like, hey, yeah, like I want to be
Yeah,
nosy.
I actually met Richard on set. You know,
Okay.
we didn't know each other prior, but like I said, we met each other on set, and me, I think I was at a couple of his scenes that he shot. Richard's a very professional guy. He came in and did his thing, man, with him and Tori, and you know what I mean. It was, Richard. He's another great actor. Coming out of the city of Detroit,
Thanks, brother.
and it was definitely dope to work with him. And can't wait till we can get back on set again, brother.
Yeah, I know. Same here, man. Looking forward to working with you. I know we're gonna run into each other again.
Definitely. That is so cool. So, how can people connect with you, King, on social media?
Well, You can start by following me on, of course, on Facebook. That's King Wesley. That's King Wesley. That's Wesley. And you can find me on Instagram at I am King Wesley, all one word, no spaces. IAMKINGWESLEY. Just give me a follow, man, and you know, shoot me an inbox, make a comment. You know what I mean? I'm very interactive with my social media. Um, I reply back. I interact, and I get a lot of feedback from my projects, and
Mhm.
then I even take in some of the things that they say. You know what I mean?
So I got one more question for you, and I have to agree. Yes, King is very down to earth, very interacts with everybody. Like he's not one of them people that get some fame and get stuffy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like y'all don't know. But that's not King, y'all. He's cool. He's really really cool and a down to earth guy. But I do have one more question. So
Sure.
um, killing is whack. I've seen you promote that. I know it's not your business, and I know you are the chairman. Am I correct?
Correct.
So
Correct.
tell us a little bit about that though.
Killing is whack. That is my baby. Now, Killing is whack started back in 2005, and it was started by a guy named Charles Robb. He's based out of Dayton, Ohio. We actually met. We actually met up here in Detroit. He was over his cousin's house, and and he was telling me about this organization that he wanted to start that was putting shining the spotlight on these senseless acts of crime and violence across not only here in Detroit and down in Dayton where he's at, but across the nation. And so I'm gonna make the story a little short. One day on Facebook, I seen him make a post, and he had this emoji. It was the sad emoji, and he put this phrase up. He said, "Killing is whack." And I reached out to him and asked him, what's up with that? And he, like I said, once again, he told me what it was that he was trying to do. And now we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and what we do is, you know, we go coast to coast. You know what I'm saying, with the T-shirts, promoting this anti-violence movement. You know what I mean, to
Hmm.
help, save as many lives as we can. You know what I mean? We know we can't save them all, but if we could save one, then our job is done. And what we do as a nonprofit, we actually help with like burial assistance, reentry programs for inmates that's converting back into the outside world. Um, anything that we can do to lessen that blow. When a family has lost a loved one, what I mean, we try to provide,
Hmm.
whatever we can, you know.
That is amazing.
That's
That
dope,
is,
brother.
yeah, absolutely. That is super dope. That is wonderful. Because we don't
And,
need that. People need that assistance. So yeah, that is so so dope. I'm proud of you, King.
and
And
also if you want, I didn't mean to cut you off.
go
Also,
ahead.
if you want to follow that movement, you can go on Instagram and type in "Killing is Whack." That's KILLINGISWACK, and you can check out more of what we actually do.
And then they can donate if they wanted to donate and everything on the website as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's dope. That is amazing. Okay, thank you so much, King, for taking time
Man,
out.
thank you for having me. I'm sorry I couldn't
Yes.
make it down today. It was just one of those corruption. It was just a real corruptive day.
It's okay because when I remember before I started my podcast and I wanted to do this podcast, you were like one of the first people that I asked. I was like, King, if I start a podcast, are you gonna come on my show? And you were like, yes, I will be there. Just let me know when and where. So I just thought that that was dope, and everything that you got going on. You still took the time to say yes, I'm gonna come on your show. You couldn't come, but you called. That's still just as good. Um,
Yeah,
so.
because
I,
you my peoples, man. You can't let you gotta. One thing in life that I've learned, you gotta love on who loves you,
absolutely.
and that is definitely
Yes.
it was love from the first day. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. Yep. Definitely.
anytime, and when these movies break, and you want to do another exclusive, because I have
Absolutely.
a ton of more movies. I have a ton of more movies and series that's coming out real soon. I have one series that's out now. It's on Amazon Prime. It's entitled Transitions.
Yes,
Um,
I seen the previews of that. Yeah. Okay, so where is that? Is that on Amazon?
yes, that's on Amazon Prime.
It's on there
Oh,
right now.
Yeah, it's on
All right.
episode one. Just went up a couple days ago.
okay.
Transitions. Huh?
Transitions, yeah, because I seen the previews. I've been wanting to see that. Like, dude, you walked in the office, you had all that money on the table. I was like, okay, look at King in his role, y'all. Like, you gonna bring him in here? I don't know him. I was like, okay, that's not the King that I met, but okay, I like that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, so
So
definitely look. So I'm putting it out in the atmosphere like I'm gonna be your exclusive reporter. Like I'm gonna give y'all the exclusive on King Wesley. You know, I'm putting it in the atmosphere. Like I get like I gotta
exactly.
speak it into existence. Like, I get all of everything that come out, y'all. I'm speaking
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
I'm speaking
And and and,
it.
and you got to know that it is happening.
Yes.
That's what I can't. If you want, yeah, without me saying too much, what I can say, it is happening.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I am so proud of you, King. Thank you so, so much for taking time out. I know you're filming Code of Thieves, but taking time out to talk with me and let everybody know what you're doing. Once the audio and video of the podcast is out, I'm definitely going to send it to you so you can,
No,
send it out to everyone so they can listen. But thank you so much for calling in, King. I appreciate you.
no problem. And I'll talk to you
All
soon.
right, you have a good one.
All right, take it easy, King.
All right, Rich. All right, Rich.
Cool, cool, cool. That's dope. All right, all right. So, moving right along, we're gonna talk to Richard. But before we do, y'all know I got that whole sponsor thing that I do, right? Yeah, it's all about sponsors. So, with that being said, would you like to advertise your business on an upcoming would you like to advertise your business or upcoming event on Real Talk with Angelita? Did you know podcasting is rapidly growing? It is reported that 57 million Americans listen to podcasts. We would love to have you join us. To get started, all you have to do is visit www.coachangelita.com/real talk to get started today. So I am in the studio with Richard Mason, actor and model. If you have any questions for him, you can call in at 248-838-3661. So Richard is an actor. He's a model. He got pretty eyes, y'all. He all right. He got pretty eyes. So we're gonna start with what you have going on right now. So you have a play coming up called "For the Love of Money."
Yeah, I do. Um, and it it will be kicking off in Atlanta, Georgia, October 19th and October 19th and 20th.
Okay.
And we will be touring several cities with it. It's by the awesome playwright Sheila Finn.
Okay.
So we're kicking off in Atlanta, and then we're moving from Atlanta over to Milwaukee, and then we're going from Milwaukee, and we'll be back in Michigan in Flint on November 9th, and then we'll be moving to LA and Florida.
Oh, nice.
So far, those are the tour dates of it, and I'm pretty sure the way Sheila keeps adding cities that there will be more coming.
More cities.
So it's pretty dope. Looking forward to it. I'm the lead male actor in it.
So what can you tell us what can you tell us about the play without giving it away?
It's about a young lady who married, has family, and she gets into a lot of money, and then that money kind of becomes her driving force to do sometimes money can cause people to do things that they wouldn't normally do,
Right.
And so she gets into a lot of money and loses some of her inhibitions, and kind of life kind of has to show her what was most important. So it's super dope. It's super dope. Lavanya is It's the lead actress, and I know she's going to kill it.
Okay.
So I can't wait to actually see it.
Nice.
I get to do. I can cry on cue.
You can cry on cue.
And not just like regular cry. I'm talking about like.
Okay, so you know I'm gonna like try to test you out in here. Come on,
no.
what? You said you could cry on cue.
So I'm talking about like snot. I'm talking about like the
You're talking
tears, the snot.
Everything. No, you keep that. Look, we don't want that, do we, Randy?
So I get to do that in this play also. So that's always pretty cool.
Okay, so far, how many cities are you guys going to?
There's going to be right now we're at 5 cities.
5 cities.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got 3 confirmed city dates, and then the other 2 are in the works.
Cool. So, all right. So starting out in Atlanta. Okay, I just left from Atlanta. I went to Atlanta over this weekend.
Okay.
So yeah, it was quite interesting. I must say, it was a quite interesting trip.
Yeah. I love Atlanta. I mean, that's where the film industry is at right now.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely booming. The only place that has more filming than Atlanta is the country of Canada. So, so right now, Atlanta is definitely the hub, and they get a lot of studios, and a lot more studios are being built. So
cool.
So yeah, and that's what when you was talking about my characters, I'm going to be filming a pilot. I'm still debating if I'm going to film it here in Michigan or if I'm going to film it down in Atlanta, because I mean, there's just a ton of resources down there also.
Okay.
But my team is here, so I'm trying to.
So are you gonna pick your team up and take your team to Atlanta with you?
So yeah, I've been really thinking about that. I definitely I can't do my pilot without my crew,
right?
You know, and those guys, you know, some of the people that I love these guys dearly, and
you kind of need them.
Yeah, well, you know, it just you know, one of the things that I love. I always look out for my people. So I'm like, we were talking about amongst ourselves, like, you know, when you make it, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm definitely gonna produce something that I can cash you guys into it.
Nice.
So, and I'm the one that's gonna actually do that. You know, if there's anybody that's gonna do it, I'm one of the people that's really gonna do that.
That's cool.
So yeah.
So you're not gonna leave them behind and be like, oh, I've made it and goodbye. So
yeah. Now you know. So yeah, I definitely would like to film the pilot. Now if it get picked up by a major studio and they make me get rid of all of them, I mean, then that's how that works. But I'm joking. But no, you know what I'm saying? That'd be awesome. Like something like that.
Did y'all hear what he just said, y'all? He just threw hella shade at all of y'all. Look, no swear.
But no, that would like to be the perfect thing ever to get picked up by something. They like, hey, we love the whole team, because I've watched shows on Netflix and you didn't recognize any of those people.
Right.
And the series was great.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know, the guys here, you know, even talking with King, stuff like that, we have a lot of great talent here.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talent in Detroit. A lot.
I'm 100% positive we could produce something that's great, high quality, that could get all of our names out there, you know, because of the talent that we have here. So.
Absolutely. So I know that you also said that you have a few movie premieres coming up as well.
Yeah, there's a movie coming out that should be released this year called The Sins of David, and starring Johann Smiles and Tony Grant, and I was one of the supporting actors in that, and Keely Stevens was the lead actress in it. So that should be coming out this summer, and also there's another movie called All in All that's produced by Izzy Dre, and he did one of those where he took the whole entire crew and created a movie with it.
Nice.
So that's supposed to be coming out this summer. And then I just finished week before last filming a movie for Allen Houston from the Detroit Pistons and New York Knicks.
Nice.
He had his team come down here from New York to film a movie, and I was the lead actor in that. So that should be probably coming out by next year, though.
All this talent. I just been talking to talent this last, 30 minutes. It's so much talent between just King and Richard. Like, they got skills, y'all. Okay, so let's go back. So I know we first started talking about your characters, and we were talking about your favorite character. Yeah. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about some of the characters that you play, because you got a couple that I've seen.
So I got, there's 4 main ones, and the one is, and so like my series is actually based on like, it has like it's like a church thing.
Okay. You
have the pastor, which is Pastor Ricky Mason, and the younger version, like a lot of people know me as Dickie. That's the name I go by. And but the younger character of Pastor Ricky Mason his name is Dickie, and Dickie is a 1970s pimp in the 90s. And then he becomes the pastor of the church.
The pimp becomes the pastor of the church.
Becomes the pastor of the church. So Pastor Ricky has the word in him. It's over 20 years now, and he's definitely gotten the word in him. But he's still
A pimp.
an ex-pimp.
So it's like he got the word, but it's like
his wife is, his wife was his bottom B, and so she's the same way. She's got a good message in it, but she's still, they're not polished.
Wow.
And then you have the janitor of the church, which is Eddie Peterson. He lives at the church. Has always lived there. No one know where he came from, but he lives in the basement. He keeps it clean. He don't bother nobody. Nobody bother him. He comes up, keeps the place clean. And then you have the worship leader, which is his LeBroderick Gay. And
where you come with
so,
these names?
So LeBroderick Gay, he's very flamboyant. He believes that the more glitter and the more bedazzling he wears, the closer God can see him. But he's not gay at all. He's actually like a womanizer. But the last name Gay is to play on the name, play on the character. And actually, so everybody is inspired by somebody in my life,
Okay.
So if you think about the names, like LeBroderick, the last name Rick, the last part of the name is Rick. It's part of me.
It's part of you.
Ricky Mason. You've got the Earl, which is my dad, Earl Smith. My family last name is Gay and Smith. Those are my family name and Peterson. So all those characters have different names. But then you have like background characters that never really get shown in the front. Like you got the crackhead that sleeps outside the church. That's all he ever does, sleeps outside the church. Then you have the runaway slave who's been running away, still trying to find freedom, doesn't know he's been free.
I'm so over you right now.
So he's like in the background, you just see this slave just running still. He comes from a tribe that was in hiding, didn't know black people became free. And when the family died, his mother's last wish was him to run off and find freedom, not knowing that he was free. So he's just still running. He's still running for freedom. And so you have like those little different kind of characters that I have in it. So
this is just like your favorite characters, or you're actually all putting them together in something though, right?
Yeah, they
okay.
So you have the series is based on those four.
Okay.
The pastor, the worship leader, the janitor, and the old man, the deacon.
Okay.
The series is based on those four, and then so those are front characters, and you have characters that's in the background.
And those are the characters in the background.
Those are the characters that's in the background that you never really get introduced to.
Okay.
And it's just I love, one of the things I love about the films is that when a writer can have something that you're watching, but you have to rewatch it to catch the stuff that's happening in the background.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of writing I do.
Okay.
So I have other characters in the background. There might be a time where somebody's sitting watching TV, and if you don't pay attention,
you're not going to see.
That TV's got something happening on that TV that we film. It's things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
Writing is definitely a skill. I don't know if I could. I don't know. I think my everyday life probably could be like some type of play, or it would be interesting though.
Yeah.
It'd definitely be interesting. Yeah. So, how long have you been acting?
Since 2008.
Since I already asked you that. So what was one of, I don't know, do you think that you came across any challenges or like any barriers being a full-time actor?
So it's funny because like a lot of my friends are starting to make that transition to leave corporate America, and one of the things I let them know is like, hey, get with me. If you want to do it, put me in your back pocket, because I survived it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take just a normal leap of faith. I was in management at General Motors. I was in management at an automotive company, and I was doing I worked my way up the ladder. I'd been there 15 years. I was over 5 different departments. I was doing okay for myself, and then I quit that.
You just quit.
Actor. So I wasn't, and so I've had people like, oh, you're stupid. That's the, people dream to have the job you had. And so I tell people I climbed my way up the corporate ladder and then jumped off of it. Mm-hmm. And I kept falling until I no longer saw a bottom anymore.
Wow.
So I tell people that at some point I turned my back to the ground and all I can see is the sky now. So it was a huge transition.
Absolutely.
And, I'm a full-time single father. I have 2 daughters that I raised by myself, and doing that, and still having to provide the same lifestyle for them that I did when I was working for a major automotive company, when I went from making a certain number of figures to no figures and still having to provide the same lifestyle.
Like, did you ever, like, did you ever feel like, okay, I made a mistake, I should not have quit
the one thing I can say is, from the very next day that I left, I have been happy every single day.
See.
I have woke up happy every single day since I left.
See, now to me, like that right there, y'all, that is an entrepreneur. Like, that is like the biggest risk ever. Like, you were there, you were good, you were comfortable, you knew how much money that you were bringing home, you know, every week or bi-weekly, and then one day you just said, you know what, nope, this is not what I want to do. So I'm literally, like you said, you climbed the corporate ladder and you jumped off,
right.
You know, and you took that risk, and look what that risk, look where you are now. So that's success. Because I was going to ask you, my next question was, would you consider yourself to be successful?
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
And you know, and I'm very careful of how I say things, because I literally give 100% credit to God. Absolutely. I don't, you know, because like I can audition for 40 things. I mean, easily. I mean, literally, I'm giving you a real number. I can audition for 40 things and not hear from one. And then I can audition for 10 things and hear from 9. I have no control over that,
right?
But someone else does, and it's not me. All I'm doing is putting myself out there,
right?
And there's actually, trying to be a professional actor, there's a level of insanity to it, because you keep going to places and they keep telling you no. What's to encourage you to keep going, right?
Exactly.
The only thing that keeps you keep going is that you just know that
somebody's gonna say yes.
Gonna say yes at some point, and sometimes that yes is so far and few in between, it's ridiculous. And then sometimes you're killing it. Sometimes I'm killing the game. Sometimes sometimes it's like, you know, there's money everywhere. And then sometimes
I would have
nothing.
to agree with you with that, because I mean, it's like every time, you know, like we're Facebook friends, so you know, you're scrolling through your wall and you see different things. So for instance, like you turn around one, you know, Richard is doing a commercial. What was it? Men's
the Joe Porter suit.
Yeah, the Joe Porter suit commercial. So guys, if you when you watch this and you say, hey, he looks familiar, probably from there. Or it may be the Detroit Edison commercial.
Like there's literally, I think there's like 8 commercials running right now, and I've done like 30.
Yeah,
or so
I'm like, oh my God, he's like on the DTE commercial. You were on some
a Motor City Casino commercial.
Okay, tell us about these commercials, because
So the ones that are running right now, because I'm the face of Joe Porter suits, men's suits. So there's a Joe Porter suit commercial. DTE commercial is running. Level 1 bank commercial coming. If you go to open up a Level 1 bank account, when you sign in, you're going to see my face. There's the Motor City Casino commercial that's running right now. There's a Fago radio commercial. There's a cash advance company loan where I'm actually.
Are you like one of the cashiers at the cash?
No, that's a radio commercial where I'm actually, my voice is yeah, tell them Dickie Mason sent you. so you don't hear me, but you don't realize me unless you hear the Dickie Mason record, because I'm like, I had to do a deep voice for it.
Oh, you had to do a deep voice for that one?
Voice for it. So man, there's Henry Ford Museum commercial.
Wow.
There's a Carmanos commercial that's running right now.
Wow.
I keep saying I'm gonna start writing them down, because people ask that all the time. Hey, what else are you in?
Right. Aren't you in some videos, like some HR videos as well?
I'm in
some
training videos. I am if you hired in at like Kroger, I'm in their training video. If you hire in at if you even hire in at do some work for some training for Chrysler, I'm in their training video. I don't even remember being in there.
You don't even remember doing that?
Embassy Suites training videos.
You are everywhere. So you guys make sure, not only do you listen to the audio, make sure you watch the video, because I promise you guys are going to be like, oh, that's the guy from such and such commercial, or that's the guy from this, or that's the guy from that. So yes, he is everywhere. I think I have seen literally already 15 Seriously, no joke. I'm so not over exaggerating. I think I've already seen like 15 commercials, but on social media because I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
So, but he is, yeah, I've seen like 15 commercials,
So,
y'all.
yeah, you may not recognize me, but your grandma know exactly who I am. 'Cause she's watching Jeopardy,
Right,
and
every
I'm in those commercials
every single day. She's like, "Oh, I know him." Okay, so we're talking about your acting career. So how did modeling how did that come into play?
So, modeling is actually a funny story. So, in 2012, I was just curious as if I was hot enough to model. There was literally there was no pre-desire for it.
You just wanted to see if you could
There
do
was,
it.
yeah, I just want to say, I'm like, are you hot enough to model, right? And I'm like, so I used to watch like America's Next Top Model or whatever, but I never even took that like realistically. It was just like, I just like seeing people fight for their dreams, right? And this is
Dude is fine
right,
though,
so,
y'all. So like, whoever, dude is fine. He got some nice eyes. Like he is some eye candy over here.
So I decided to go. There was an audition.
Okay.
There was an audition for a fashion show. I didn't know what you're supposed to wear. I didn't know what you're supposed to do. I started walking. So I went in the audition. I'm walking, and I can hear and as I'm walking, I can see like there's like it's this long room, and there's women doing multiple things, right? And as I'm walking, I can see them all stopping to look. Well, I'm walking, and then I hear the one lady who was part of one of the producers of the show. She says, "He definitely a man." And I'm like, I hope that's a good thing, because I'm like, I'm a straight dude, right? Is that a good thing in my life? I'm like, oh man, what if that's a bad thing, And so she was like, look, I don't know how I'm gonna use you, but I'm definitely gonna use you for the show. Did the worst I've ever done.
Did you?
I did the worst I've ever done in my life, and that was my first show. I got no pictures from it. I did a horrible job, and then next thing I know, I did 16 shows that year.
Really?
Everybody wanted me in their shows.
That's what's
and
up,
I started
though.
learning how to do it. And then in the very next year, I got picked up by several different agencies. And then I started modeling for Ford, Chrysler, GM. I was doing magazines and commercials. That was only 1 year after starting it.
Wow.
So,
that's dope. That's like, that is amazing. That's wonderful. That's all like great. One of the things, you guys, so, like anybody that knows me knows I have the gift of gab. I'm always meeting people and, just finding out. I know, right, Randy? Randy's like, no, really? You got the gift of gab? Yes. How? Like, it's hard to believe, isn't it, Randy? So, I met Richard when he was auditioning for a play, Trip of a Lifetime, which I did go see, and he did really, really good. But what I didn't know is that I actually had seen Richard probably 7 years ago. 7 years ago, Agents of Hope.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Shola,
so
yeah, that's right.
He actually
was the king.
He was the king in a fashion show, y'all. And so, it's just funny how like the world is very small. Like had Shola not been in where we were at the same time, I would have never known that you were the king from his gala. So yeah, so he had skills then, y'all. So he's definitely out here. He might be in a mailer that comes to your house. His picture might be on it. You just never know. So okay. I'm trying to see if I had any other good questions, but I think I don't. Randy's just gave me the 2, so that's basically to say I have 2 minutes left. So with these 2 minutes, I'm going to ask you, how can people connect with you on social media?
Okay, so on social media, my name is Dickie Mason, and that's DickieMason. And my father's name was Dickie, and I lost my father back in 2003, and a lot of who I am is from him. So I give homage to my father. I go by the name of Dickie now in the entertainment world. Okay. And so on Instagram is I am Dickie Mason, and then on Facebook is Dickie Mason, and then I have a website www.dickiemason.com.
I didn't know about the website, y'all. I'm gonna have to go on there and look and see what he got on there. Okay, so I have just to share with you guys before we end, June 18th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. you are invited to a business roundtable event. Connect and network with business leaders and entrepreneurs. This roundtable is designed to discuss topics relevant to business and business growth. Why you should attend: enhance your brand credibility, meet potential business partners, showcase your industry knowledge. You can register at www.coachangelita.com/events. So, and you can also always connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at Angelita the Coach, and Twitter Coach_Angelita. Richard, thank you so much. Or I'm sorry, I should say Dickie. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For coming and hanging out with me and chatting. You and King both. You guys are so talented. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, make sure you go on there. If you have not seen the movie Wait, make sure you go on there and watch the movie Wait. King has the first episode of Transitions is now on there. Dickie Mason is out here casting in movies, plays. Y'all, everything you're gonna turn on your TV and you're gonna see him. You're gonna be like, "That's the dude that was on Angelita's podcast." Absolutely, absolutely. So, thank you guys for tuning in to Real Talk with Angelita. I will see you in 2.